This is 3.4, check understanding. You can find this on the bottom of page 86 in your book. So Yusuf is cutting pieces of construction paper so he can make cards for his family. Each piece of paper is 11.5 inches wide. If he cuts that width, so he would have 2 equal-sized smaller pieces, how wide will each smaller piece be? So we're going to enter the correct answer in the box. So the paper, if we go over here, is 11.5 inches wide. And we're going to divide it by 2 because we want it the same size. So 11.5 is a mixed number. We're going to change that to an improper fraction. So 11 times 2 is 22, plus 1 is 23 over 2. The division changes to multiplication. When we have a whole number, we put a 1 under it, and then we're going to flip it. So 1 times 23 is 23. 2 times 2 is 4. That is an improper fraction, so I'm going to change it to a mixed number. 4 times 5 is 20. 23 minus 20 is 3, so 5 3/4. So each side would be 5 3/4. Next. Marisol has 4.5 cups of flour. A biscuit recipe she wants to try requires 3/4 cup of flour for a single batch of biscuits. How many batches can Marisol make? So the total amount of flour I have is 4.5, and each batch requires 3/4 cup. I need to change this mixed number to an improper fraction. So 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9, so 9 over 2. Division changes to multiplication, and then we're going to flip the second fraction. And what we're going to do now is we're going to do some cross canceling. So with this 4 and the 2, 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 4 twice. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 9 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. So she can make a total of 6 batches. This next one, we're just going to do some straight up division here. So I have 3 1/8 divided by 1/8. 3 times 8 is 24, plus 1 is 25, so I have 25 over 8. Division changes to multiplication, we're going to flip. I'm crossing my 8's out and making them 1. My answer is 25. Okay, for the remaining ones on here, I'm just going to do one more with you, and then I'm going to be able to expect you to do the remaining ones without me, because you can try to figure out what they are. 6 times 5 is 30. 30 plus 2 is 32. So 32 over 5. Division changes to multiplication. We're going to change this mixed number to an improper fraction. So 40 plus 1 is 41 over 10. Remember, I write it here, so I remember to flip it over here. I'm going to cross cancel with my 5 and my 10. 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 10 twice. 32 times 2 is 64 over 41. I'm going to do 64 divided by 41. That goes in there once. 4 minus 1 is 3. 6 minus 4 is 2. So I have 1 and 23 over 41. Okay, just so you can check your answers on these, I'm going to give out your answers. Just make sure you're showing your work so you can get it correctly. This is 4.5 divided by 3 2/3. You should get 1 and 5 over 22. 2 5/8 divided by 1 3/4. You should get 1.5. For this one, 5 3/4 divided by 1/2. You should get 11.5. And our last one, 7 5/6 divided by 2 1/3. 3 5/14. If you're having trouble with those, head on over to Khan Academy and type in divide mixed numbers, and it will come up with some videos for you, and it will give you more practice problems.